Beyond the next decade, we must also plan for climate change. Climate change and rising sea levels threaten our very existence. As a low-lying island nation, there's nowhere to hide when sea levels rise. Other small island nations, like the Maldives, are already facing risk of flooding, with severe implications. The government is studying the implications carefully and will come up with measures to prepare ourselves adequately. Our Climate Action Plan, which was launched in 2016, sets out a strategy for mitigating and adapting to the impacts of climate change, especially on our infrastructure. In line with the action plan, low-lying roads near coastal areas have been raised. Changi Airport Terminal 5 will also be built at 5.5 meters above mean sea level. The use of polders and dikes is already being piloted on Pulau Tekong. This will help us to learn how to deal with rising sea levels. To protect ourselves against climate change and rising sea levels, we will have to invest more. Together with existing infrastructure needs, our total bill for infrastructure will increase significantly. It is very difficult to project spending needs way into the future, but the different ministries have done some preliminary estimates. We'll continue to do our best to look forward, develop fiscal plans well in advance, and put in place the right approach to finance such long-lived major infrastructure. Each generation should contribute its fair share. Tackling climate change requires global cooperation. Singapore is committed to doing our part. It is a responsible thing to do for our children and future generations. The carbon tax will be applied on this year's emissions. This is an important signal to companies and households to reduce emissions and adopt energy-efficient practices. As individuals, we too must change our way and work towards becoming a zero-waste nation by adopting the 3 Rs: reducing consumption, reusing, and recycling. The Zero Waste Master Plan will be launched in the second half of this year. Among other issues, you'll look at better management of food waste, e-waste, and packaging waste, including plastics. The Minister for the Environment and Water Resources will provide more details at the COS. Given our dense urban environment, air quality and greenery are especially important. NParks has done an excellent job in greening Singapore. Our island has more than 40% green cover. This improves our living environment and our air quality. But diesel exhaust is highly pollutive and adversely affects our people's health and quality of life. Many cities in Europe have announced restrictions on diesel vehicle usage. We have taken steps to discourage diesel consumption. Over the years, we have implemented schemes to encourage early renewal of diesel commercial goods vehicles and to also account for the impact of vehicular emissions. We have seen positive results. More owners are shifting towards more environmentally friendly engines, such as electric hybrids. We are glad to see a drop in the numbers of new diesel cars and taxis registered. We also restructured diesel taxes in 2017 to shift away from an annual amount of tax towards a usage-based tax system. We permanently reduced the annual special tax on diesel cars and taxis and reintroduced the volumetric diesel duty. To continue the restructuring of diesel taxes, I will raise excise duty for diesel by 10 cents per litre to 20 cents per litre. This takes immediate effect. At the same time, I will permanently reduce the annual special tax on diesel taxis by $850. I strongly urge taxi companies to pass on the savings to their drivers, like they did in 2017. This will, on average, reduce the impact of the duty increase by more than 3/4 for taxis. I will also permanently reduce the special tax on diesel cars by $100. This will on average reduce the impact by more than half. To help businesses adjust, I will provide a 100% road tax rebate for 1 year and partial road tax rebate for another 2 years for commercial diesel vehicles. I will also provide over 3 years additional cash rebates of up to $3,200 for diesel buses ferrying school children. Building a more sustainable environment makes our quality of life better and also creates economic opportunities. Just as we close the water loop, we can now turn our attention to closing the waste loop. There are already startups tackling this challenge. 2 companies, Ugly Good and Trea, have been working on innovative ways to convert food-related waste into useful products. These are good examples of opportunities in our zero waste management. So I hope to see more of such initiatives in the coming years. Our beautiful living environments can also be enhanced through the smart use of technology as part of our Smart Nation efforts. To reduce energy usage, we have implemented district cooling in the Marina Bay area. To improve our quality of life, we have started rolling out pneumatic waste collection and trialed smart urban mobility solutions. Buildings can also be designed to be environmentally friendly, for example, by being energy efficient and producing enough renewable energy to run itself. BCA was the first to retrofit its academy in 2009, making it the first retrofitted net zero energy building in Southeast Asia. This year, NUS's School of Design Environment launched SDE4, a brand new net zero energy building. These initiatives contribute towards making our environment more sustainable and pleasant. The National Research Foundation will continue to fund research and innovation in urban solutions and sustainability.